I'm Mama Baird. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I cook for my family of 5. Now, I was able to grab a good family-size pack of sirloin steaks at a good price, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to stretch it to not one dinner, but 2 dinners, plus a lunch and a breakfast for myself. And the things that I added to the meals were all from my pantry. So it was a great bang for my buck, and I wanted to share it with you in today's video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Carolina. Please give me a like, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, press the notification bell. You'll know every time I post a new video. And if you don't mind leaving me a comment, even a heart, it really goes a long way. Thank you so much. Now, this video is going to be mostly steak related. However, it is going to start with me and my son Gideon in the kitchen making some sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast burritos. So let's get in there and let's see how we do it.
Hi guys, welcome back to Mama Baird's channel. Today, we're going to see what we can cook in a week.
What are we starting with?
Sausage, egg, and cheese burritos.
Good job. All right. You're going to start by putting the sausage on there.
Sausage?
Separate those if you can.
Oh my god.
Yep, put it right on there. You don't know?
I'm scared.
It's okay. There you go. Not so bad. And we got an extra one. Move this if you want to.
I'll take the extra one.
There you go. Yeah, you like those there. So while we do that, let's say while we're doing that, we're gonna crack some eggs.
While we're doing that, we're gonna crack some eggs.
All right, give those a flip.
Dang it! Proof that. Come on.
You get it?
Let's steam.
All right.
How do you do that?
What's this?
Butter.
Not butter. Another type of fat though.
Soy cream.
Bacon.
Bacon powder.
Grease.
Bacon grease.
I mean bacon powder. Oh.
Isn't it hot?
No.
If it's all in one place, it just burns. Smoke detector, go off!
Stay on this cooking.
Bubbles.
You want to do this part of you?
Yeah.
Just kind of pull it for you. Whoa! Whoa, mama.
Oh my god. Might have lost this thing. I don't have eggs in mine.
I have eggs and more.
Just a tinsy bit of eggs.
Perfect.
One without eggs and one with a tinsy bit.
Alright, we're kind of mixing and scrambling instead of making one fluffy one. Alright, get on there, flip, flip, flip.
Flip, flip, flip.
Is Gideon cooking breakfast?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, plop that on there. What? What's this time?
I didn't know if it was hot.
It is.
Oh.
I think the tortilla itself, no. Alright.
Sausage.
You got it. and burning.
What's your battery
Alright, let's roll this up.
Oh, that looks so good.
We might have to, we might have to just do 1/2 a sausage and then we'll each have 2. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, this one got a little crispified.
Crispified. Zombified.
I think it's good. Alright, we're gonna keep cooking. Hey everybody, for tonight's dinner, I was able to score these sirloin steaks on sale at Super One. They were originally $24.84 and they had 2 $5 coupons, so $10 off. So I paid $14.84 for 2.5 pounds of some sirloin steak. So we are going to make some fajitas. This is my inspiration behind that. I have this pack of 3 colored peppers and red onions in my freezer, so we are going to use this for the peppers and onions. I also have some mushrooms that need cooked, so we are going to get that cooked up as well. I happen to have sour cream, fiesta dip, which is like spicy sour cream, and guacamole. And I got giant burrito tortillas. So we are making steak fajita burritos. I also have a can of refried beans that we're going to open up and add it to the burrito to kind of make another layer. So that is the plan. I was debating about cheese or not, but I think we're going to do no cheese and just do this meat protein one with the veggies. And then I'm also working through all those little hot sauces that husband and I tried. So I have this Mexican style one that I'll put on husband and I's. Ooh, and I have a lime, so I'm going to go get that lime, and that will be all that we're going to do. I'm going to cook this on the grill, and we're going to make some homemade fajita seasoning. So let's get to it. For our fajita mix, I am going to use some of my house seasoning, which this has paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper. So those are all things that go in fajita seasoning. So I'm going to use we'll do 2.5 tablespoons of my house seasoning. And then chipotle chili powder. This is really good. Oh, it smells so good. I'm going to do about a tablespoon of that. It's a little clumpy. Okay. And then we have cumin, not to be confused with human. That's like the real, like when you get like taco seasoning, that kind of smell, that's your cumin. So a tablespoon of that. The last thing we're going to add is some oregano. All right, and then we're just going to do 2 teaspoons, so 2/3 of a tablespoon of oregano in there. And there's our seasonings done. Last thing we're going to add is some salt. I do not have salt in my house seasoning. I like to add it separate, so that's what we're going to do right now. That's about a tablespoon or so. All right, so here is our fajita mix. Let's give that a mix. Oh, it smells good. Now, if you're looking for exactly how I made my house seasoning, I do have a short on that. I can have that listed below for you. But there we go, look at that. Homemade fajita seasoning. All right, so let's go ahead and get our steak open. And we are going to get this sliced. Always give it to pass the sniff test. And now we're going to cut this against the grain. Now, if you've heard what that is, but you don't know what that means, if you take your meat and you pull it, you see these lines? That's the grain. So you're going to go against it, which means you're going to cut opposite of it. So that way, whenever you take a bite, it shreds there. So it's already short, and then it's shredding this way, so it's like fall apart tender. So that's what you are looking for whenever it says slice against the grain. You just kind of look and you see where it starts pulling apart. That's the grain. Slice the opposite direction. Slice these pretty thin. Oh, that's a big, thick steak. I almost feel bad not using it to cut. Another trick, if your cutting board's sliding on you, you're gonna get a wet paper towel, put it under there, It doesn't slide as much anymore. Alright, keep it slicing. Doing a little bit of thicker slices now, because we can always cube it up after too. Oh, so smooth. Alright, and let's just go ahead and do this last one. I have a feeling that we're going to have leftovers, but this is one of those things that with leftover meat and peppers, we can turn this into like a fajita omelet tomorrow morning or something like that. Make it breakfasty. Alright, and don't worry if it's a little brown like that. That's just oxidation. Whenever meat gets exposed to air, it turns from red to brown. Totally normal. Nothing to freak out about. Usually as long as it smells fine and it's not slimy, your meat's good to go. Alright, let's add our seasoning. Not quite all of it. Spread it around, get it all coated, and then we're going to get this put aside, and we're going to get my flat top grill heated up so we can kind of heat everything up at the same time. Oh, that smells good already. Seasonings make all the difference. And another thing about getting this seasoned and letting it sit. See, I could have had my grill going and had it heating up. So at this point, put it straight on the grill. But it's going to take a good maybe 10 minutes for my grill to heat up. And that way, while it's heating up, there'll be plenty. Or the meat can kind of marinate a bit in that seasoning. There we go. Alright, let me wash my hands and get my grill over here. If you wonder if I use the pumpkin spice to wash my hands, why yes I do. Alright, our grill is going to heat up for a couple minutes. I'm going to give it a wipe down. And then we will get to grilling. Alright, it's still heating up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the fajita seasoning in our, what are these, beans? Get that mixed up, and then we're just going to heat this up in Chef Mike. Now you could refry these, which means you put some bacon down in a skillet, and then you put the beans in there, heat them up till they're nice and bubbly, and that's refrying them, you know. So, kind of the point of them, but Chef Mike does just fine. Now, let's get some bacon grease. That on our grill, get it all nice and seasoned. It's meat time. Alright, I got a little bit here. You can do a second round, or we could always put this in the fridge and save it for another meal. Beans. Oh yeah, those are hot. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Uh-oh, that tastes a little spicy. Whoops. I think I'm going to mix, let's see. I'm going to mix some sour cream in with the beans here because these beans are spicy. I did not mean to do that. So, I've never mixed sour cream and beans before, but let's give it a try. Kind of like a bean dip, which makes it a little runny, which kind of sucks to have in a burrito. It worked though, it's not spicy. Alright, we did it. These are flip. I'm a little worried I might have made this too that fajita mix too spicy, guys. Alright. I'm also going to be cooking this to about medium. Well, I have some chicken in the fridge. We have to do that for the kids. Whoops. Alright, rotate. Let's give one of these pieces a try. Yeah, how easy that broke. I have to get a screen. Dang it, that's spicy. Ah. That was close. Good news. I still have some chicken meat. Chicken thigh meat I need to get used up, so we'll turn this into theirs. They'll have chicken fajitas. Non-spicy. Alright, let's get these off. More bacon grease, because we're going to put some more meat. Just get this cooked up. Alright, let's scrape the back of it. Now these these are no good. Alright, no mushrooms. Alright, now these have ice on them, so it's going to get loud. Let's put some house seasoning on the peppers. Alright, I am going to squeeze a little bit, half of a lime, over this beef. If I could. Alright. Alright, we're going to try and let the water cook out of this as much as possible. Get these a little charred if we can. It's kind of hard because they were frozen. But we can at least let them cook until all that water evaporates. Alright, I'm going to throw the chicken on the back there. Get it heated up. Another good reason is it's always nice to have some kind of meat cooked in your fridge because you never know when you're going to need it. Alright, again, I'm going to put some house seasoning on the chicken. Salt. As well as some cumin, because that'll give you the taco flavor without the spice that the chili powder did. I guess it was a little spicier than I anticipated, huh? Alright, let's mix the chicken up to kind of get that seasoning mixed into it. And then pretty soon it's going to cover the grill. I'll get these veggies off. Alright, there's our veggies. Give that for an area a little scrape. Pull our meat forward. Alright, now the other lime over the chicken. Let me try one of these. Good. Alright. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let's get this chicken off. All right, last thing. So we need to toast the tortillas. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna microwave them. So we don't have to worry about this because I gotta clean my grill. If you want a trick for cleaning the grill, put some ice on it. Careful of the steam because that is hot. Look at all that. Gotta make sure we empty out the grease trap when we're done though. Alright. 5 tortillas for 30 seconds in Chef Mike. Alright, burritos, assemble. Start with our beans. Not too much for the kids. Some peppers and onions in here. I might cheese for the kids. Alright. Yeah, here we go. Just looks better with cheese. And then my daughter wanted a little line of avocado. Just a smidgen. This is mild guacamole, so. Alright, and then some sour cream. There we go. Here's one for the kids. Turn. You're going to make sure the sides are tucked in. Pull it all the way over the fillings. Pull it in tight. Make sure the sides are tucked in. Roll. Here we go. That's one. Alright, now let's do one for me. And I'll show you. Take a bite, tell you what I think. Alright, so we got beans, peppers, fajitas. Oh, Betty Jan's here. Here's your burrito. Guacamole and sour cream. Okay, she's gonna let me know.
Does that have a little bit of guacamole?
Yep. And then this is a fiesta dip, so this one's a little spicier. And I'm trying to get this used up, so I'll put this on mine. And hot sauce. Holy moly. I'm gonna regret this later. And then I'm also gonna put cheese in there to kind of melt it. Cool it down a bit. Okay, how is it? It is delicious, she says. All right. It is a little spicy? Okay. It's still a little spicy.
Like our marriage.
Gross. You were out of focus. Hold on, I haven't got yours yet. I gotta take a bite of this and then I'll make more. I made it a little messy, but let's give it a try. Taco Tuesday or Fajita Friday. It's actually Monday, so I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah. A little messy, but you gotta give it a try. Alright, I'm coming. I'm making it. Hey everybody, we are going to be using some more of this steak that we have left over. So I have steak, I have peppers, and then here I have the chicken, diced it up a little more. So we're going to use that and this Alfredo sauce. So this was Best by June of 22. See that? So we are going to use it. It just takes 1 3/4 cup of milk and then butter. That's it. So not bad. If this ends up not being enough for all of us, I also have this sauce, sun-dried tomato Alfredo, Best by January of 23. So we can open this up and use it as well, which I wanted to make sun-dried tomato anyway because I have some of these sun-dried tomatoes here. Also, Best by June of 2023. So, but again, sealed. And then I have this pull-apart garlic bread that I'm finally going to be able to get to. Mama Sue sent this to me when we first moved here. So we're going to make that. It says it's ready within an hour, so I'm going to try that first. We have a big bag of lettuce, so we're going to make some salad on the side with this pasta. So we're having like steak Alfredo with garlic bread and salad. I do want to show you though, like with my pasta, this is linguine. I went ahead and cooked it this afternoon when I was in the kitchen just kind of cleaning. I went ahead and cooked the pasta, drained it, stuck it in the fridge. So now the pasta is ready to go. It's going to make this super fast to put together because I did that step ahead of time. So let's go ahead and start this bread because that's going to be first. All right, we're going to have 1 cup of water and then 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Let's get in here, see what we got. All right, here's our yeast, our bread, like our little dough, and then this is the garlic butter. I think that's the topping. All right, let's add our melted butter, and then we're gonna add our yeast. And then our mixture and bread. Probably got salt in it too. Alright, mix it till a nice soft dough forms.
Now.
Alright, I'm going to switch to my hands. I just washed. We're just going to knead this for a couple minutes until it's all mixed together here. Alright, put some flour down. I was thinking you guys could watch a Halloween movie.
Like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, there's a new one. There's one that I used to watch as a kid called Hocus Pocus. And we're gonna,
Focus?
yeah.
Focus.
But these are evil witches.
Is you watching one now?
Tonight, like when you're done. No, I mean, it's not super scary.
It's just little scary?
Yeah.
Does it have blood?
Not scary. It's just kind of like Wicked Witches, and it's a kid movie.
Does it have blood in it?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a minute.
That's a bit of minute. That's been years.
It's been years. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay. All right. Recently bought myself a bench cutter. I think it's super cute. I can have it linked below if you're interested in it. We are going to cut this in about 24 balls. So we'll cut it in half. Try and like roughly make them all the same size. All right, now to roll these into balls from here, you can use your hands and just kind of on the surface pull it. You see how I'm kind of using the counter here to pull the dough for me, and that will make a nice smooth top, and kind of tuck the bottom in so you won't have a split opening, you see. All right. I'm going to spray a 8x8 square. And we're going to start rolling. You can even have 2 hands if you want. Kind of use your fingers to keep it from moving backwards, like going between your fingers. You just pull and use the counter to tuck that bread into itself.
A few moments later.
All right, this is our last roll. It's okay if they touch because they're gonna bake all together anyway. And then now we're gonna let Let rise for 15 minutes and then stir together 6 tablespoons of butter and this, and then cheese if we want it. We are going to cover this and set a 15-minute timer. And we are going to, after this, once we pour that on there, we let it rise for 15 more minutes. So at the second rise, we will start the oven. Alrighty, it's been 15 minutes. I got 6 tablespoons, which is 2/3 of a stick of butter. And we're going to add in our garlic seasoning. It smells good. You know, for a while there, I had this seasoning called Lawyer's garlic seasoning. It was really good. I forgot about it till just now as the smell took me back to it. And it was like a garlic parmesan dry seasoning. It's to die for. Alright. So we're going to brush over, but there's going to be a lot of butter that is just going to be at the bottom too. It's a lot of butter. This is what it says there. Alright, let's give this 15 more minutes, and I'm going to turn my oven on at 375. Alright, we still haven't hit the 15 minutes yet, but I think I'm going to add some cheese to the top of these. So they're like cheesy garlic bread. And you want to do it before it proofs too, because anything you've done after proofing can make the bread fall, and it won't be as fluffy. Oh. There we go. Alright, while we wait for those rolls, let's get some of this prepped up. This chicken I cut up when it came off last time, so it's already diced up. Peppers in there. Alright, I'm just going to cut these into smaller bite-sized pieces because we're going to be mixing this with the pasta, so that way we don't got to try and cut on top of it, you know. Oh, God, looks great though. Cooked pretty perfect, if I do say so myself. So the steak we'll do for husband and I. Chicken for the kids. Alright, and then we still got some steak and chicken kind of left over for one more meal. Alright everybody, I got a hot cast iron skillet here. I got my rolls kind of on top of my back burner, but it's off, so that way the heat from the oven can start warming them up. Gonna put some bacon grease down. Alright, and then let's cook the chicken first, so the spicy steak doesn't get mixed in with it. Alright, we're gonna wait for this to sear for a couple of minutes. Yeah. It's sizzling now. So give this a couple more seconds, and then we'll switch it out. The rolls have 3 minutes till they're technically done proofing. We'll check though. We can always let them go a little longer. Alright, put it right back into the container we had it in. Another round of bacon. Alright, same thing. We're going to let this sit, cook up a bit for a couple minutes. Alright, and I got 1 3/4 cup here of milk, 2% milk. And then we're going to add about a tablespoon of butter to it. And that's going to be for our Alfredo. We're going to cook it in the same cast iron pan here once we get the chicken out, or steak out. Bloop. Oh, our bread should be ready to put in the oven. Oh, what do you guys think? Look done? I think that looks pretty good, don't you? Alright, so we're going to bake this for 20 minutes. Alright, so let's add our butter and our 1 and 3/4 cup milk. And then I guess we should open the package, make sure it's okay, huh? Any bugs? Nope. Looks fine. Where's my whisk? Where's my whisk? Switch to my strong hand. Could be that this milk's cold too. Yeah, let me wait till it heats up a bit before I add it. There we go, I can see it's steaming. I gotta tell you, I've never had Alfredo from a packet before. One of those food bank finds. And, you know, I'll give anything a try once. Maybe twice if I like it. There we go. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything up off the edges here. Just open that sun-dried tomato. Oh, it smells good. Alright, let's wait to see if this sauce turns out before we add anything to it. You can kind of see how thicker it's getting when you take your spatula and you move it, and you see how it keeps it parted for a little bit. That shows that it's thickening up. Alright, let's give it a taste. It's hot. Oh, that's good though. Yeah, that looks like a success, wouldn't you say? Alright, I'm going to turn this down to a 4. Alright, let's add some of our sun-dried tomatoes. Alright, let's put the chicken in this. So this one will be for the kids. And then we'll serve the jar one for husband and I. Alright, let's add in our pre-cooked pasta. Go through so many utensils when I cook. See, look how that sun-dried tomato just gave that Alfredo a nice pink tint hue to it, you know? So this is going to kind of help heat up the noodles too, since I had them in the fridge. That's a great way to get ahead on any kind of meal prep, is to pre-cook noodles and just have them in the fridge ready to go. I don't know about you, but sometimes just the act of boiling pasta, I don't wanna. Alright, I'm gonna give it a try. That is good. Only thing it's missing is some Parmesan cheese. Alright, dish out the chicken. Well, this is for the kids. I think it turned out pretty good. So we're gonna set this aside, let it cool, then we'll make husbands, and then we'll make a salad. Alright, let's turn this back on. I think this looks fine. What about you guys? It's got a little tint to it, but it gets that way sometimes from just sitting in bottles. But definitely ready to get used up. I got this for $1 at Walmart's clearance aisle. I got 12 of them at the time, so this is my last one. Alright, I'm still going to add sun-dried tomatoes to this because it's just kind of sun-dried tomato sauce. There's no whole ones in there. Tastes good. Alright, just going to throw the steak in there. Alright, and then once this gets a little warm, we'll throw in the linguine. You know, guys, the struggle is real. I don't have enough clean bowls for pasta and salad, so we're just gonna do pasta. We got the bread coming up. It's a lot, so we'll be okay. I know, bad choice, nixing the veggie out of everything, but we'll be fine. I'll do salad tomorrow, make up for it. Alright, just kind of fold it to get the pasta separated. Oh, sorry, I keep bumping into you. There we go. You can see as it starts warming up, it's easier to separate. Pick it up a couple of times, shake it around. Get any clumps out. Clumpy. Well, I'm glad I had this other sauce to use too. Because that Alfredo sauce definitely would not have been enough, but I bet 2 packets would have been. So now you know how much that packet means. Have any of you guys used that before? It'd be interesting to know. All right, we're gonna let this sit for, I don't know, 3 minutes. Let it kind of heat up. We got 7 minutes on our rolls. Yeah, I guess I started the pasta a little early, but that's okay. That'll give it time to cool down. And they can start eating that while the bread cools down, you know. I think that looks pretty good. Glad I'm going through my pantry. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. All right, turn that off. This is done. All right, I'm gonna put all this in our plates, even though this is a lot. We probably won't eat all this. Good thing this one's already into, you ready for the fridge container, Tupperware container. What do you guys think? That's pretty good. Piece of steak in there. And only a small mess. Look at that. Wow. Alright guys, we're gonna let those rolls cool down, but look at that. It looks pretty good. And they're so cute. I'm glad I did them so small. It was a lot of butter though. I followed the recipe, but maybe next time, not as much. So you don't want to waste it, you know. These are so cute. I have to try and make these on my own without the kit set, you know. And there we go. And that's what we are having for dinner tonight. Hey everybody, for lunch I'm going to be making myself a steak Caesar salad. So I wanted to show you how I'm going to be using up some more of this steak. So I'm going to toss this in a container. I have this big bag I got from the food bank. Needs to get used up. I don't know if we'll be able to eat it all in time. We'll eat as much as we can while we can. And I'm going to toss it in here, so put it in here with some of our Caesar dressing. And some Parmesan. Actually, I'll top it with Parmesan. And now we're gonna put the lid on it. And we're gonna shake. Let's get it into our bowl. It's nicely coated. Let's do like a handful more. You don't want to put too much in there, so if you got to do it in batches, you know, take the time to do that. And I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese on it. And then we're going to sprinkle more on top. Instead, I don't have croutons. That would also be good in here. Let's get some bacon grease in here. You could always put your cold steak on here too. That would be just fine. Some of the chicken's falling in there. Oh no, that'll be okay. Yeah, I don't really have too much left, so we'll see what we can get done with it. I was thinking breakfast burritos, but I don't know. I might do that with some other stuff because I do need to go through my freezer. Got left open and just not enough to like defrost everything, but just enough to frostify everything. So it needs to get defrosted. All right, so we're going to get this heated up and then I'll bring you back when it's done. I'm going to top it off with a little bit more salt. Because once you like cut the meat and expose the inside, seasoning really helps. Look, you guys, a steak Caesar salad. Have you guys ever put steak on a Caesar salad or any kind of salad? They have these a lot in like steakhouse restaurants. I think I had this at a Colton's once. Let's give it a try. Salad is crispy. That's really good. It is missing croutons, but we'll deal. Oh, well, if you made it through the whole video, please give me a purple heart in the comments. The one meal that you guys weren't able to see was a sausage, egg, and cheese burrito that I made the next day. So I added some guacamole, some sour cream, and kind of made like the fajita burritos, but for breakfast. It was really good and delicious, and I highly suggest that if you're able to find a good pack of steak at a reasonable price, you got to give these meals a try. What is your favorite cut of steak, and what do you like to cook with it? Let us know in the comments down below. We are always looking for fresh ideas. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time on Mama Baird's.